All right. Well, happy Monday, everyone. We are here. So at 5:30 Pacific, that must mean we are at the Inspire Hire Hero Zoom. Thank you all for being here. I am JoJo Bennington and just excited to be here every Monday night to share three amazing people and three amazing stories with you of hope and inspiration and change and transformation to light us all up for the week. So I've been with this amazing company for 16 years, always proud and honored to be aligned with them and to be able to introduce it to new people. So we're here to listen to some stories tonight, but first we will do a quick overview on the incredible products that have touched all of us. But first, before I pass it over to Dave, I want to say that we are not here to diagnose, treat, or cure anything. We believe that the body has the innate ability to heal itself. All we have to do is give it the right things so it can do what it's supposed to do. And I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Dave MacArthur, who introduced me to this company 16 years ago, and because of that has changed our life dramatically over that time, not only physically, but financially. And so now we're like brother, sister. We fight like brother, sister sometimes too. He pulls my hair, so it's all right. But I'm going to pass it over to you, Dave, and add this to your 15,001st presentations that you've done with this product.
Awesome. Thanks, JoJo. Yeah, it's been awesome working together, and time has flown by. See if you can make it so I can share my screen. I don't know if it'll let you make me co-host or if we just have to keep passing the host around.
You should be able to share.
It says disabled.
Oh, because you're not host anymore. Hold on, I have to make you co-host again. You gave it up. All right, that should work now.
Okay, and then do we have our other guest?
I will take care of Kathy.
Okay, awesome. Well, welcome you guys. Thanks, JoJo. And yeah, let's jump into this. You know, the company and the products changed my life. You know, in the beginning, it was with my health, my energy, my mental clarity. Really was the product that I'd always been looking for. And prior to that, I had just fallen short in wanting to accomplish my goals. And I was getting further and further away from who I really wanted to be as I got older. And it's very frustrating, especially when you're giving it 100%, you know, using your willpower and following a strict, healthy, you know, eating guideline and exercise routine, and it's just not working. And then I was introduced to Isagenix. My wife actually found the products, and I ended up getting started on them. And it was an answer to prayer, and times 10. And here I am 17 years later because of the impact that it made in my life. And then in deciding to share that with other people, it just keeps changing people's lives. And you never get tired of doing that, right? Helping other people and making a dramatic impact in their lives through the things that you have to share. And so just as excited as I've ever been, if not more so. And there's a little bit more of a sense of urgency now than there ever has been with our health and our immune system. And health is a habit, just like it says up here in the right corner. Healthy people do healthy things with the right things every day. We could do some things that are healthy or some things that say they're healthy, but they're really not, and they're not really improving our health. And that's not the case with Isagenix. It produces results unlike anything we've ever seen. And even our clinical studies have shown that, which we just had our clinician on last Saturday, and who became famous because of our study that he did with our products. Wrote a book about it and actually joined our company. So if we could help people to understand why, you know, to get started, and we get them to change a habit with just doing one shake every morning and then taking 2 pills twice a day. That's the Forever Pack. And this is a great introduction to really creating a healthy lifestyle that you could do easily for the rest of your life. I've been doing it for 17 years. I do more than this, but to get people started on this, super simple, but very profound in the results that these 2 products produce. You are what you eat, and this just happens to be leading the way in nutrition and in science. And that's straight from the mouth of the clinician who did our clinical studies that ended up in medical journals and produced results better than whole food, eating a whole food diet. It went up against that in a clinical study for 6 months, and we blew it away. They'd never seen results like this. So this really is the best nutrition you could put in your body, and it's a complete meal replacement. So all we ask people to do in this Forever Pack is just to replace breakfast every morning with a shake. And that's just to get started. Obviously, if you love the shakes and you're craving them and they make you feel better, maybe two's better than one. I mean, that could be up to you. But we like to get people started in a way that it's doable, it's simple, and you don't have to change up too many habits and try to maintain that. And so it really worked out well starting people out this way, at least for the first 30 days. And then adding this product right here, the Telomere Support. And the telomere is the caps on the ends of your chromosomes that protects your DNA. And the DNA is the software for every one of your cells. And what they've linked the telomere to, since it protects the DNA, as it starts to degenerate, they saw the breakdown of the human body as the telomere degenerated and negatively impacted the DNA. It was like a domino effect. And it's Nobel Prize winning research. Every degenerative disease is linked to the deterioration of the telomere in the DNA. So what we want to do is keep our telomeres healthy and protect that DNA and help it to run optimally. And this is a game changer. I got to know the geneticist who actually identified all of those processes down on that level back in 1994, and then was able to prove some things by 1997. And then eventually, through all the studies that followed because of that research from Dr. Andrews, the Nobel Prize was awarded to the research. So this is the first time that we've had a nutritional supplement to support that very most important part of our cells, the telomere, which again is protecting and helping the DNA to run optimally. And we see incredible results. We can't make any claims, like JoJo said, around curing any diseases that have been given labels like diabetes and Alzheimer's and cardiovascular issues. That kind of breakdown with the body and those symptoms, the FDA has said only doctors can make any claims around that, and with pharmaceutical drugs. So we're not a drug. This is a nutritional supplement. In fact, it's a vegan product. And this is in pill form. The shake, this is a 1 serving, comes in a canister or in a 1 serving package, and that's it. Take a shake every morning and take 2 pills twice a day, and watch the miracle of the body be unlocked. And so that's the Forever Pack. We have a lot of other products, incredible products, but we just want to get people started and then introduce them to a much bigger world of isogenics. Recently, we added this little 2-ounce bottle, 1 a day. This stuff is amazing. This is a game changer for the beauty world. And beauty, a lot of people will spend more on beauty than they will on their health. I just want to look good, regardless of what the costs are. And it's a really big industry, about a $70 billion a year industry. And this is a game changer for the beauty industry. And like I said, we have a lot of other products, but I haven't added other products to the Forever Pack. It's been like this for about 10 years. But this product doesn't change. It doesn't like mess up the simplicity of the Forever Pack and the philosophy behind that. It's just 2 ounces and it tastes amazing, but the results are off the charts with the way that people are looking in the way of results of smoother skin and looking younger. It really is. And we go into that more on Thursday night. We go into the science of all of these on Thursday night. It's a longer presentation, but we hit the science pretty deep. And we'll show some pictures along with that, with what's happening to people in a very short amount of time with the collagen. And so that's an exciting product. And in fact, it's become our #1 product in a 20-year-old company. And it's only been out for a year. And they said, based on the sales, we sold 20 million bottles of this in the first 9 months. Over the next 3.5, 4 months, we sold another 20 million. And that's because word's getting out and the people are becoming walking, talking billboards. And we would be, just from this product alone, the sales of just the collagen, we would be in the top 25 biggest companies in the world because of this. But we have all these other products. We're an $8 billion company in the 20 years. But this is awesome that the company is committed to continuing improving and providing solutions. So that's the collagen, makes it the Forever Young Pack. So what we're going to do now is, excuse me, go into some stories. We have 3 stories. 2 will be on the product. And then the third one will be because of the product and the results and the value that we feel Isogenics actually compensates us for letting other people know about this. That's how they find out, is through word of mouth. And so we'll have one testimony on what it's done for them in making some extra income from home. So let's start off with Beth, who, let's hear a huge shout out first of all for Beth, and hitting the 100-pound club, and which is a coveted club to be in. I'll never be in it because I only needed to release 53 pounds. So I want to be in the 100-pound club, but I'll never be in it. I released 53 pounds and that took me back to my high school weight. But Beth, congratulations, and it must feel amazing. Kind of tell us where you were at and the struggle you were having before Isogenics, how you were introduced, and then kind of how did this transformation take place? And is Beth able to unmute? We might have to just make her the host. And then
I just unmuted.
Oh,
Sorry.
there you go. Awesome.
We've been in Zoom for over 2 years and I still can't figure it out.
Yeah, I have that problem too. I wasn't able to log in tonight, so.
All right, so thank you. I'm glad that I can inspire somebody because I don't necessarily consider myself an inspiration, but I got started with this. I had gone to high school with Pam, and I had seen her posts about Isogenics, and she posted a lot. And I was very curious. And I think I have to say that because she posted a lot, that's kind of like what helped me. And I think I actually probably like 5 months before actually messaged her questions and stuff. And she was very patient and good and gave me lots of information. And I was like, okay, I'm going to think about it. Because that's how I do like everything. But that was like, so December of 2019, I decided to give it a try. I was at my highest weight ever. And I was very uncomfortable. I was constantly tired. I took a nap every single day. It even like I was uncomfortable tying my shoes. I had no endurance. I was uncomfortable in my own skin. I was wearing a size 20, which I had never worn before. And I was actually at the point of considering weight loss surgery because I really wasn't sure what else to do. And I have ankylosing spondylitis, which is an autoimmune disease. So I was I was also in pain, and I also have depression off and on. So all those things together, that's why I'd considered the weight loss surgery. But I tried Isogenics and I decided I had nothing to lose. It was a money back guarantee. And I feel like that was when I was like mentally ready to try it. I was nervous, but hopeful. And I'm also an occupational therapist and I work in a school. So I'm around little kids all day and I wanted to be able to keep up with those kids. And I also wanted to keep up with my own kids because I have 3 kids and they are very active. So I wanted to be able to keep up with them. So I started having a shake just for breakfast. I was like, nope, that's all I can do. And it actually was really great because it was easy. I got to take my breakfast in the car on the way to work. So that worked out really well. It was easy, nutritious. It was easy to log in MyFitnessPal because I log my food. And then I started having sometimes even a shake for dinner. Especially if my kids ended up wanting like drive-through McDonald's or something else, I would let them have that and I'd have my shake. So that was really good. And then of course we had COVID happened. And I still did my shakes and everything. I started walking because that really was like the only form of exercise that I really felt like doing. So I started walking once a day, then I started walking twice a day. And then because I had started to lose a little weight, I started to feel a little better. So in June of 2020, I started doing like lifting weights and hiking more. So that was like really.
Whoops, you just muted out, Beth.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
So, and also I feel like by having the shakes, my focus was so much better and my energy was so much better. And I definitely say that I had a lot of motivation. But I also have to say that like motivation doesn't always last. So you need to be consistent and have a habit. So I feel like I keep, like I have the shake every day for breakfast, sometimes another shake. And I feel like by having discipline, that's really helpful. And I lost this weight, in my opinion, really slowly and safely. Because I think sometimes when people, especially if they have a large amount of weight they want to lose, they just want to lose it fast and quickly. And I think slower is better. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say is I did start to add in cleansing as well. I was kind of like I was kind of started slow, like try this and then try the next and then try, I love the little isogenics chocolates. Like those are that's like my little treat. So all of that, and the community support with the Facebook pages, the challenges, Crystal and Pam are very supportive. So that's definitely like a plus of doing this. I feel like it's way more supportive than anything else. And when I look at these pictures that Crystal helped pick out for this, like I don't even recognize the person in like some of them, to be honest. Like I look at the one in the corner of me, I'm wearing a vest and I'm with my daughter. We were at Disney World and I was tired, like exhausted. And now I ask the kids if they want to go for a walk or a bike ride or a hike, and they'll be like, oh, how long is it? I'm like, I don't know. Does it matter how long it is? Like, and like sometimes they want me to
Outperforming your kids now, right?
a little bit, yeah. So it feels good. And like my oldest, who's 19, he goes to the gym all the time and he's proud of me when I say I'm now lifting 20 pounds of this or whatever. So it feels good. And now my goal, obviously, is to maintain the 100 pounds I lost, and build more muscle. So what's really great is like I don't replace my breakfast anymore with a shake. It's more like an extra meal to help build muscle. So I'm just using the products differently. And last May, I believe, was when I like made the 100 pounds. So it was just really nice because I had a call, and I thought it was really just going to be like Pam, Crystal, and JoJo, which still would have been very lovely if it was just you ladies, just so you know. But it was Dave and Jim and everybody. And when I joined the 100 pound club, so that was like really special. And I think one thing for me is I got this water bottle. I don't know if you can see it, but it says 100 pound club for joining, for losing 100 pounds. And I feel like that I take this to work with me every day, just like to see it. So that's just like one thing that I'm very grateful I found this community, and I'm very grateful that I listened to Pam.
Yeah, what an incredible story, Beth. And you are an inspiration, know that. And just you sharing your story, and when you take this first picture, nobody ever wants to show that picture. When you have your after picture and you rocked it, you're like, I need to show people, I need to be okay with showing that. We do, and we are okay with showing it because we know, first of all, we accomplished something pretty amazing. And this is not who we are, right? We're these amazing, miraculous individuals that, if we put our mind to something, we could accomplish anything. And the inspiration to other people is, hey, if Beth can do this and she felt the way she did, I can do this too. And so you're absolutely, you have no idea the lives that you'll impact through sharing your story. Even tonight, who knows how far reaching this will be. So, and I love the picture right above, the one in the vest with your daughter on the beach. That isn't the same person, and that's really what our message is. We want everybody to be the best that they're capable of being, and what we eat makes a difference. So congratulations. Thanks for sharing tonight. You rocked it. You did awesome sharing your job or sharing
Thank you.
sharing your story. And just everybody in the chat, shoot Beth a shout out in the chat box and let her know how much you appreciate what she's shared tonight and how awesome she is. So,
Thank you, everybody.
okay, thanks, Beth. We're going to move on to our next guest. Thank you again. All right, so let's go to Kathy here. And Kathy, she reminded me of Dick Sauter when I saw her coming down the slide. You know, Isagenix makes us want to go down the slide as an adult. So Kathy, kind of the same process. You know, how did you get introduced? What was your struggles before? And you know, what hope do you now have for the future? What are you experiencing? And you know, what are some of the things that you appreciate? What's the gratitude for some of the things that you're experiencing now?
Let me see, am I unmuted here?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay,
Perfect.
thanks. So a bit about me, I was looking for something to feel better. I had been through a couple of different health crises. One started for me in, it was August of 2019, and I had been experiencing some very odd balance issues and had gone to the doctor, and they had thought that I had vertigo, and I started trying to take medicine for it. It was affecting my ability to move. It was causing me a lot of stress because when I was walking to my office, I felt like I was going to fall, and it was crazy. And so I had gone for testing, and they didn't find anything, and it finally got to the point where they were going to send me for a brain MRI to see if I had something neurological going on. And before that happened, I was trying to take a shower and I had a fall, and my husband had to come and help me. And we went to the ER, and basically what happened is I ended up having a spinal laminectomy surgery where they went in and they removed 3 bones out of the upper part of my back. I don't remember exactly which ones it was, but it was hard because I went there thinking I had vertigo or something going on with my balance, and then here I had to have a surgery. So when it was over, I spent some time in rehab, inpatient, was in a wheelchair. I had a lot of really good home physical therapists who came and helped me, outpatient physical therapy so that I could actually walk again with a cane. And then, you know, after a while, I was able to walk again without a cane. But I still had recurring balance issues. You know, every now and then I'd get tripped up and fall. So I just was very hesitant to do activities that I love doing. When I turned 40, I had become a runner. Weight was something that I had always struggled with my whole life. But I was working on it then at that point, and I became a runner, and I loved running. And you know, I liked walking, and I did 5Ks and 10Ks, and then I just couldn't do anything. So I just felt like my life was going to be one of limited mobility, and I was going to have to settle for what I could do. And then along came 2021. At the beginning of that year, I experienced another set of health problems. I had very bad, like digestive issues that I couldn't explain. I was also having some problems with my back, and so I sought out physical therapy for that, which they thought that it was a lot to do with, you know, maybe some leftover scar tissue or something from the surgery or something. And, you know, I was doing pretty good with that and getting more mobile, but this digestive thing that came upon me was so bad that I literally went through months of throwing up every day. Like my stomach always hurt. I just was miserable. And I mean, it sounds weird to say, but luckily it was the time of COVID and I could work from home. Otherwise, I don't know how I would have worked because I couldn't sit in my office and throw up in a trash can all day like I was doing from home. And so I'd gone for all these tests and I couldn't find anything. And then I just made like a wish out into the universe that I would find something that would make me feel better again and that I would be able to do the things that I wanted to do. I mean, I have 2 grandchildren and they are so important to me. They are 2 and 6. And it was to the point where, you know, I couldn't have them over to spend the night if my husband wasn't going to be at home with me because I didn't know if I could take care of them without his help. And that was hard for me. And so my friend Gina, who I went to high school with, she had posted on her Facebook wall a picture of before and after picture of one of her friends who had been using Isogenics and had done the ER shred program. And I didn't know what any of that was. But when I saw that picture, I messaged her and I said, what is this that you're speaking of? Because I think I need this. And so I poked around a little bit and decided, maybe this will help me. I have to do something, because every test I went through found nothing wrong, but yet I still had all these symptoms. So I basically started because I had to have some hope that I could turn around my health issues and feel better. So I did go to my doctor because I was under medical care. I mean, I have, blood pressure concerns or whatever. And, I have some mental health struggles that I was going through as well, with some other things that went on in my life. But I went to my doctor on July 6th and I said, I have these products and I want to do this and I want to see if this will help me feel better. What do you think? And she said, go for it. And so on July the 7th, I started out and I basically did my 2 shakes a day, and I replaced 2 meals with 2 shakes, and I didn't do any cleansing or anything like that. And then I tried to eliminate common things that I was eating that might be culprits that would be making me sick, things like gluten and sugar and things of that nature. So I just stuck to clean food and my 2 shakes a day. And after my first, 11 days, I started feeling better. And once I started feeling better, I was like, well, if I can feel better, why not continue? And so I've continued. As I've continued on, I've added cleanse days in. I usually do 2 cleanse days, 4 cleanse days a month. I actually had a bout with COVID in January, so I haven't cleansed since January, but I'm getting ready to cleanse tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. But it's just given me a lot of hope since I've been, on getting my nutrition and my health set. I've been able to do a lot of the things I wanted to do. That picture on the slide was me and my granddaughter at the park. She was watching me climb up and slide down, something I never would have done. And then like for Christmas, we got make the fort kits so we could build forts, and I'd climb around and get in the forts with them. And we got hot balls to hop on in the backyard and all that good stuff. And, and then I've been able to share it with my family too. My son's doing 2 shakes. He likes the simplicity of having a shake that makes him feel good to take to work, just like the person before me was talking about. It's simple and it makes you feel good. So I feel like it's really given me my life back. I mean, I was able to run again, something I thought I'd never do. I started out really slow, but last year I was able to run 5K, and this year I have a goal to run 10K. And another thing I'm going to do is when I was 40, there's this feat in Colorado Springs, because I'm from Colorado. It's called the Manitou Incline. And I got about halfway up to this bailout spot when I was 40, and I got scared of the heights. And so I said, I'm going to turn around at the bailout, but I'm going to come back and conquer this and get to the top. And then all this crazy stuff happened and I never did it. So when I started feeling better, I thought, this is the year I'm getting to the top of the incline. So I have an application for April 30th and I'm going to the top. So
nice. Wow, Kathy, what an incredible story. And I think that's the thing with Isogenics. We put it in our bodies, we feel better, and it encourages us and gives us hope to continue to go on. And as we do that, the body continues to heal itself. And then you start to get back to where you can do some of these things that you had given up on. That's just, again, another amazing story. And love the pictures. Love the fact that your family's getting started with you. It's very contagious to those around us as they watch us start to thrive and see the results. So thank you so much for sharing your story tonight. And
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you so much. I know we got started a little bit late, so I know we're crunching for time here. We're a little bit over, but we did get started a little late. But let's hear it for Kathy. You guys give her a shout out in the chat box, and another hero so far. 2 heroes tonight. We're going to go to 1 more. But thanks, Kathy. Appreciate you. All right. So our third and final story, I would say he's a brother from another mother, and we get to hear his side of the story, being an ISA multi-millionaire and former union electrician in Las Vegas. So Vinny, can we hear you?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of give us an idea of this journey. I mean, what is the vision? What caused you to say yes to wanting to share so proactively, you know, and then to reach this success?
Wow, where to start? I guess I could start by saying that I was a skeptic about the entire network marketing business. I knew the product worked. JoJo had been in Isogenics for a few years, and my first system, I lost 22 pounds and 15 inches. So I knew the product worked, but as far as the business itself, I was a huge skeptic. Coming from my background, I was in the Marine Corps and I was an interrogator. So I've heard every lie and every story that anybody could ever possibly tell. And I always thought that network marketing pretty much was a bunch of car salesmen trying to just sell you whatever junk they have on their lot. And I didn't think there was any money to be made in it. Well, then here comes 2008 and the economy crashed. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Well, here in Vegas, in Las Vegas, most people think that the economy is based around gambling, which it is to an extent, but a big, huge portion of the economy is also construction. I was a union electrician at the time, and jobs were getting scarce. Big owners weren't building anything, and it came to a point where I ended up getting laid off. I had never been laid off and never been out of work my entire life. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know what to do. I sat on the couch for, God, years, a couple of years, I would say. And there was literally no work. There was nothing. I collected unemployment for the first time in my life. And as a person that came from a very poor background, when I got to where I was at in the Marine Corps and I started improving myself, it was really depressing to me when everything I had done in my entire life just took a serious crash into the dump. And that was hard for me to deal with. I went into, I don't want to say the word depression, but I wasn't feeling really good about myself. I sat around playing Angry Birds a lot. I was the Angry Birds champion of the world, I think. And I didn't know what to do. And I looked at JoJo one day, and I knew she had been doing Isogenics, but I really didn't know anything financially what was going on because, like I said, I was a skeptic. I'm like, yeah, she's probably making a couple dollars, put in a piggy bank. And I knew our bills had been paid because, you know, I made a lot of money as a union electrician, and we still, you know, we had money in the bank, but I didn't realize how well she was doing in Isogenics until I looked at her one morning. I was looking through the job calls at the union hall and there still wasn't anything. And I looked up at her, and I'm sure I probably had a weird look on my face because she looked concerned. And she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Babe, I don't think I'm ever going back to work." And she said, "Well, I have to tell you something." I said, "What's that?" She goes, you don't ever have to go back to work again because I've retired you." I still get a little emotional at that point because I remember back to when that happened. But anyway, I was like, once again, being a skeptic, I said, "I don't understand what that means. Please sit down with me, explain to me, show me on a piece of paper what you mean." Because, you know, in the union, I was making great money, great benefits. I had a pension, I had great insurance. And I'm like, if you retired me, that means we have to take over these other things in our life as well. And she showed me on a piece of paper that not only did she replace my income and pretty much, you know, everything else, she had doubled what I was making and almost tripled what I was making in a union. And if anybody knows anything about being a union electrician, there's a lot of money in the union. So that was a huge shock to me. But still, even after that, I was still skeptical about it. I wouldn't join her in the business. She's like, join me. I wouldn't do it until she was doing some training with David Wood. If anybody knows David Wood, he's a hell of a person. He's a great person. And he was doing a training in Belize, and she said, "I want you to go with me." And I said, "I don't want to go." And she said, "I would like you to go with me." So here I am trapped on this private island with a bunch of network marketers that were way too happy for me. And I literally thought it was an episode of Survivor. I'm like, do I have to hunt down these people with a spear? I mean, what's going on here? I'm stuck on this island with all these happy people. And I think 2 or 3 days in, I almost left. I almost left and said, I can't deal with this. And I don't know what it was. I woke up, I think it was the 3rd morning or 4th morning. I woke up and I'm like, I'm admiring JoJo because she's beautiful, of course. And I'm like, here, I'm watching my wife grow straight up. She's growing this way and I'm growing that way, completely away from her. And I said, well, I have to do something about this. So I just said, put on my big boy pants and said, all right, let me see if I can get through this. And a few days later, I was happy just like everyone else. I don't know what happened, but I was doing laugh yoga. Anybody ever heard of that? Weirdest thing ever. I was doing laugh yoga, and I ended up joining JoJo in the business. David Wood took me under his wing and trained me some, so I get to travel around the country with JoJo and in Canada to do some university in action. So I got on stage and stuff like that. But it's really tough for me to say this, but I honestly wish that JoJo would have failed just so I could have been right, that network marketing was a bunch of car salesmen. And thank God I was wrong. And what was that? I had a neck surgery in 2015. Luckily, with the income we were earning, I was able to travel to Austin, Texas, to one of the best surgeons in the world for the surgery I needed. He got to do the surgery on me. And a month after my surgery, I was standing next to my beautiful wife on stage in Dallas, Texas, accepting the award for 164th millionaire in our company. And
Yes.
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Stick to it. That's a good story. That's an amazing story. It's a miraculous story. And your transparency and your humility and your love for JoJo and for people, you know, it really shines through. And just so grateful for you. I got chills right now. You gave me the chills. So incredible story. And thanks for sharing it tonight. And I was looking forward to hearing it. I hadn't heard it in a while. So it's awesome. And let's hear a shout out for Vinny. We got a lot of heroes tonight. And we're all heroes ourselves. We all, you know, have amazing things to do in our lives. And Isogenics enhances that. It supports us in the pursuit of those things that we want to accomplish in life. So thanks, Vinny. And all right, so JoJo, you know, close us out.
Well, thank you, Beth and Kathy and Vinny, for sharing your stories tonight. We appreciate all of the hope and inspiration that you've given us. And we invite you to invite somebody that you love, that you care about, that you feel needs hope and inspiration in their life. We do this every Monday, and we do this on Monday, and then Thursday at the same time on the same ID number, we go more into the science so people can really understand the science behind this, the clinical studies that go into this. There's so much that's behind it other than just a bottle and a label. And so that will help you see the science and understand. And then Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern, we go into the product a little bit, but we talk more about the opportunity and the financial side of it, so you can see that for yourself. And that's the cycle that we do every week. So you start at the beginning and get some hope, join in on the science and learn about the opportunity, because we believe that this is for everyone. This is for everyone. And so we are so happy to have had you here, and we will see you Thursday night for the science.
Go through, I'm going to leave this up, Vinny. Go through and read those comments, and Kathy and Beth as well. Incredible. You know, you brought some people to tears. This is an awesome community that we have. And thanks, you guys, for, I know that some people gets, you know, it's hard to share your story and to be in the spotlight. And thank you for having the courage to share. You impacted lives tonight, you guys. So you are our heroes, and we celebrate you. All right, we'll see you guys Thursday night, like JoJo said. Good night, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you,
Great
everyone.
story. You're welcome. Great.
Good night. Blessings, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Judge, I don't know if you can stop the recording.